If you're not careful, negative beliefs, what they'll do is they'll take the current circumstance. They'll gather everything from your past that's just like that circumstance. This guy who rejected you, that time it didn't work out. This other person who didn't choose you, and say, see, this is the way it is. And like a slingshot, it pulls back, gathers all the negative advice and flings it forward into your future. But it doesn't have to be that way. You don't have to swallow a pill that says you are unworthy or men don't choose you or it's not going to work out. So what are practices to interrupt that thought and to replace it with something that's going to serve you, something that's going to create the future that you actually want? We're going to talk about those 5 strategies right now. Step number 1 is to notice what you're noticing. This is called metacognition, where you can actually notice what you're thinking about right now. For a moment, what are you thinking about right now? What are you feeling right now? You can notice yourself having thoughts. And when you notice yourself having a thought that is disempowering, you have the opportunity to change that response and think something that is empowering. So notice in any moment, am I in an empowered thought or am I in a disempowered thought? Because not everything that you face can be changed, but you can't change anything unless you're willing to face it. So are we willing to notice what we're noticing? There's an example of this where I went on a date and we were having a good time. We went to dinner, then we went to this party. And at the end of the party, she goes, hey, you've got some salad in your teeth. I was like, oh man, look, I got the salad out of my teeth. I said, how long was that there? And she goes, well, it was there after dinner. I was like, you didn't tell me. We went through this whole party. You saw it after dinner. You didn't tell me about the salad in my teeth. Now, I couldn't fix and take the salad out of my teeth until I became aware of it. And she helped me become aware of it. So as you become aware of, wow, is the thought that I'm thinking empowering or disempowering? You have the moment to choose. Viktor Frankl, the Austrian psychiatrist who survived the Holocaust, who wrote the book Man's Search for Meaning, has a great quote. And he says this, between stimulus and response, there is a space. In that space is our power to choose our response. In our response lies our growth and our freedom. And I love that because that's exactly what notice what you're noticing is. You notice, okay, I've had the stimulus. Now I'm having a thought. I'm noticing it. There's a space. How am I going to choose to respond in this moment? Which leads us to step number 2, which is to sequester the negative thought. Reduce it to part of you. What we will often do is we will yield our entire power, our entire I am over to the negative thought. So this woman in this dating show says, I am never the woman who's chosen. I am the woman who helps other men find out what they want, and it's never me. Or we might say, I am scared, or I am not enough, or I am. When you give your entire I am over to a belief, you give your whole power and beingness over to that. Rarely do people realize you can actually sequester it to part of you. That part of you feels that way, but there's a whole other part of you as well. And so it's a beautiful move to make, to say, part of me feels afraid right now. Part of me feels discouraged right now. Part of me is feeling rejected right now. Part of me feels unworthy right now. And when you can reduce it to part of you, what that does is it gives you access to the other part of you. And in that other part of you lies your connection to spirit, lies your connection to your true power. But before you engage with that empowered place in you, the first step is to love the part of you that's feeling hurt or feeling sad or feeling scared, or is that paradigm, is that limited negative thought. It's bubbling up for the purpose of release and repatterning, not to stop you or not to drag you down or keep you discouraged, but to be transformed. And so when you say, wow, part of me is feeling really scared, or part of me feeling really rejected, part of me is feeling really discouraged right now, notice where you feel that in your body and then wrap it up in love and acceptance. And you can say to yourself, even though I got rejected, I completely and fully love and accept myself now. Even though a part of me is feeling unworthy, I completely and fully love and accept myself right now. And you wrap that part of you up in love and acceptance, and you will notice that energy begin to lighten, begin to release its tension. Now, this is one of those things that might be easier said than done. I know that self-love can be really challenging for a lot of us, depending on how we grew up and depending on how those negative thoughts are firing. So if you would love some support with the process of loving that part of you, I've created a great tool for you. It's free. It's a gift from me to you. And it's called the Self-Love Activation Kit. It's got an ebook and a meditation that will take you to that place of self-love in you. It's beautiful. It works. Just click the link in this video and you can get access to that kit. And after you've surrounded that place in love, then you move on to step number 4, which is connect to the empowered part of you. And so locate in your body, as you drop out of your mind down into your body, where there is the part of you, locate in your body, where's the part of you that feels empowered? The part of you that's connected to spirit, connected to your higher power, the part of you that's connected to truth, and connect to that part of you and ask it for a message. Say, what empowering message do you have for me in this moment? And you'll notice you will get a message. You will get some sort of feeling, or you'll hear a message that supports you and empowers you. And that's where you reconnect to your true nature. Which leads us right to step number 5, which is you replace the limiting thought with this new empowering message. What's the new affirmation, the new empowering belief that you're going to fire? So you take that thought and you begin to repeat that thought in your mind. You say, even though I'm feeling rejected, I love and accept myself fully, and my man is on his way. The relationship I want will work out. I am worthy. I am enough. Whatever your affirmation is, you think that thought, you fire that thought, you repeat that thought, and here's why. There's neuroplasticity. We can literally deconstruct negative beliefs and reconstruct empowering beliefs by thinking the thought again and again, because thoughts that fire together, wire together. Neurons that fire together, wire together. You can literally change your brain and change your thoughts by repeating a thought over and over again. So repeat that empowered affirmation. And what you will notice over time is that the negative thoughts that plague us, I'm not worthy, I don't have what it takes, I'm not beautiful, whatever it is, become quieter and quieter and quieter until they completely dissolve away, and you replace that with an empowered belief. The empowered part of you that's connected to truth. Because I believe the truth of you is that you are worthy. The truth of you is that you do have what it takes. The truth of you is that the best is yet to come. The truth for you is that there's amazing possibilities in store for you. And as you connect to those possibilities, you will draw them to your life. So my question for you is, what negative belief would you love to repattern? And what positive belief would you repattern it to? Go ahead and post that in the comment section below. I appreciate you. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you soon.